Something I've been doing, I've been just, not quite a challenge, but a prompt. 10 things to love about myself. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it for me and for whomever else at the same time. I wrote out a list of questions, post them on my Instagram story would share it to my Facebook story. And, if somebody answers, they answers. If they don't answer, then that's okay. If someone sees it, they'll think about it, even if they don't respond. Just the fact that you see the question, now it's in your mind. I figured that if you just go up to somebody, or even myself, and say, tell me 10 things you love about yourself, that might be hard for somebody to answer. Or they probably won't have as rich of an answer as if you spread it out, right? They'll probably be like, oh, I like my eyes and my nose and my lips. That's 3 things right there, which is fine. It may be true. But I figured that if I ask them a certain way, they would have a nice set of 10 things to identify. Number 1 was just, tell me one thing you love about yourself. Question number 2, which brought us up to 4, said, tell me 3 things you love about yourself without mentioning one that you said already. Number 5 was, tell me one thing you love about yourself on a physical level. Number 6 and 7, tell me 2 things you love about how you relate to other people. Number 8 and 9, tell me 2 things about how you relate to yourself. Before I say the last one, I do want to say that a lot of the times the way we relate to other people reflects how we relate to ourselves. Then number 10 was, tell me one thing you love about yourself on any level that you did not mention already. We should take the time to appreciate ourselves more in different aspects of ourselves. Appreciate ourselves all around. Some of us may just love ourselves only on a physical level. Some of us may just love ourselves as far as how we're helpful to others, but we don't really love ourselves. Do I relate to myself like I love myself? Or do I interact with myself the way I would interact with somebody I hate? Some of us might know that we're good people or we're beautiful on the inside, but we are not connected to how we look. We don't like how we look. So that's why I made sure to tackle all of these. And it doesn't just have to be 1 over here and 2 over here. And it was just a way to do 10. I may extend it. I may come up with 10 more questions or a number of questions that lead us to 20. What I really appreciated was the quality of the responses I received from those who interacted with me. They were very engaging, and I did not have to pull out of people. For example, if someone's answer was that what they love about how they relate to other people is that they're compassionate, they didn't just say, I'm compassionate. They said, I'm compassionate. And I know it comes from the fact that I come from this kind of background and it's been rough for me, so I understand. Like, they give me a whole response that either they thought about this before or they hadn't thought about it before, but now that they're being asked, they took the time to think about it and realize I'm a compassionate person. And I'm compassionate because, I know that we all have our own struggles and, everybody has our own battles that we're fighting and etc. Someone else who might have said, I appreciate the fact that when I'm going through a hard time, I might have moments where I'm down and then one day I say, okay, you know what, I have to get up. They could have just summed that up as saying strong-willed, willpower, courage. They could have just said it in one word, but instead they give a whole response. And I received so many that were profound. One of my younger cousins, the conversation that he and I had based on his response will lead to us doing a whole discussion on this on his channel. My cousin Prince, he says, I love to be beautiful. He says, I love to be, I don't play about that. I love to be beautiful. I love to take care of myself. And he said in Creole, and when he says it, it means that I am dedicating time and resources to ensure that when I show up someplace, or even if I'm just myself, that the same way I would put care into a plant or a pet or, a project that I'm passionate about, I'm passionate about myself and being presentable. That was profound. As I was getting these responses, I thanked everybody for engaging with me, and I also made a general thank you. I felt honored to be entrusted with these responses, because some of these responses got deep. I received a response to the first question that someone says, at this moment, I don't know what I love about myself. At this moment, I am out of touch with myself. And guess what? I had to be prepared to see this kind of response. It's not just that you want social media engagement and you just want to be like, oh, healing, and all that stuff. But you have to be prepared for whatever response you get, which means that you have to first be in place and open for the weight of what's to come and ready to deal with it. So I did not post these every day. I chose. It wasn't even like a regular day, like every Tuesday, every Monday. No. Just on a day that I had it together, that I felt good, I felt strong, my morale, I felt like I had enough of myself to be able to pour into others. I'm going to post it today. And what they did not know is that as they responded, like if someone said, I love my smile, I would respond affirming that, saying, yeah, you actually have a very, one person who said they love their smile, I say you have a very familiar smile. You have a smile that there's nothing so unique about it necessarily, but it just feels like home. And the person said, yo, people tell her this all the time. Whereas somebody else who said they have a smile, I said, yo, you have a very captivating smile. And both were true for who I was speaking to. I love my eyes. I said, yeah, you have, just to keep pushing the positivity out there. I began a list, 10 things to be accountable for. I may change the title. I have my list, but I'm fine-tuning it. I don't know when I will be ready to start asking those questions. I hope that people do respond. It's going to be a little tougher. But as I said, even if they don't respond, the fact that they see the question means that they will have to think about it. And ultimately, I'm actually just doing this for myself. I'm just deciding, hey, let me put this out there at the same time so that if somebody else was thinking about it or wasn't thinking about it, but now that they've come across it and they want to do it, they will do it as well. So it's important to know ourselves, who we are. Knowing yourself is important. It will get you through so many situations. It will help you navigate through so many different situations that may arise, situations that you put yourself into, situations that other people put you into, situations with friends, with family members, or people you're trying to date, at the workplace. Knowing yourself, truly knowing yourself, that is how you can guide yourself through almost anything, because of course we're not perfect, we don't have all the answers, but it plays a big role. So I just want to encourage people to know yourself, learn yourself, be accountable, for the things you do and the things you say and the situations that you're in. And also love yourself. Love yourself. And with me loving myself, I'm going to leave because mosquitoes are around and I can't do that. So, yeah.